Nothing in these markets happened by accident. Now in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to find the highest probability order blocks to trade from, so you can consistently take money out of these markets. Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you exactly how to find high probability order blocks and how to apply order blocks into your own trading. Now for the people here that are completely new to this concept, let's delve into a more detailed explanation of what we're searching for when we are trying to identify a high probability order block. An order block is essentially a specific area of price where a significant amount of orders of the banks and financial institutions are stacked. You can find an order block by looking for a buy to sell candle followed by a swift move to the downside, or when we are in a bullish scenario, we turn it around. We are looking for a clear sell to buy candle followed by a swift move to the upside. The reason we are looking for a swift move to the upside or a swift move to the downside is because this tells us that large orders came into the market, and we can conceive an order block by seeing this as a block which price cannot surpass because orders of the banks and financial institutions are stacked at this point. In this bearish scenario, basically what will happen is the BFIs put buy orders in to induce people into the market so they can then fill their own sell orders, and that is why we see a swift move to the downside. But what now happens is the buy orders that are stacked at this point are now in a loss, because as you look, if you put buy orders in right here and price starts moving down, your orders are now in a loss. So what they will typically do is they will bring price back into this zone to close their own positions at break even, and then move price further down to where it was originally intending to go. Now there is a difference between certain order blocks. We have high probability order blocks and we have low probability order blocks, and that difference is extinguished by a set of rules which an order block first has to match before we want to get involved. Rule number 1 is the order block must have a imbalanced price area. Now the concept of imbalance is very simple. If you look, it's basically a price area where the wicks haven't touched each other yet and it is left an open body candle. This typically has to be filled first before price wants to move further down. And rule number 2 is price or the order block has to be in premium or in discount. So we are looking for sells, so it has to be in a premium price area. We only sell from premium and we only buy from discount. For me, premium is anywhere above the 50%. So this is very much in a premium price area. And same applies for this candle. We see that it has imbalance coming out of it and it's in a premium price area. If we measure, it's far above the 75%. Then the last rule is price must have taken liquidity or it must have opposing liquidity to take. So in this scenario we see that it has opposing liquidity to take. So this is why this order block is completely valid. It's also the reason why this order block right here is completely invalid. We see that it has no open imbalance coming out of it. If we measure, it doesn't come out above the 50%. The entire order block has to be above the 50%. And it doesn't have any liquidity to take or doesn't take any liquidity. So, for example, this candle right here, we see that it was mitigated perfectly. It had opposing liquidity to take, was in premium price area, and it had imbalance coming out of it. Now, these rules are basically the foundation to finding valid order blocks, but these rules mean nothing without the following concept, which is market intention. Now, if I zoom out, you must ask yourself, like, why is price continuously respecting these buy to sell order blocks? And why is it continuously disrespecting these sell to buy order blocks? It's because the intention of the market is bearish. And we must, before we get into the markets, I want you to zoom out And I want you to ask yourself what the intention of the BFIs is. And you can identify this by seeing whether price is in an uptrend or in a downtrend. So when we take basic market structure, right, we will see that price will make lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then at some point in time it will shift and will make a lower low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, etc., etc. So when we look, it's exactly what happened here. We see we see that price was making low, high, higher low, higher 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 high, and then a lower low. And as soon as it broke this structure and it made a lower low, it started respecting supply. So that is why market intention is very important, because otherwise you will be on the wrong side of the market. Now, when we have identified market intention and we have found a valid order block, so it has imbalance coming out of it, it's in a premium price area, it takes liquidity, or there's opposing liquidity to take, what you can do is you can set a pending order at the low of this order block and put your stop loss right above the body close. For my target, I was targeting this daily supply, which I previously, this daily demand, which I previously marked out. Now, this is, you can set just a pending order right here, but what I like to do is I like to wait and see a lower time frame confirmation before I get involved. So a lower time frame confirmation is essentially just, imagine this is our order block and price comes in. So we have something like this. So price comes in, it makes a high, it makes a low, makes a higher high, and then a lower low. What basically happens here is price is literally telling us that it failed to break this previous high. So we are now expecting a lower high. And at that lower high we can put our entry, and for our target we can target either the low or anything, which looks interesting. So yeah, with that in mind, we can now look at this setup. If we let price play, it tags us in. I like from anything between an order block between the 1, 2 and 3 hour, I like to go to the 5 minute. Anything that's above the 4 hour, you need to go to the 15 minute to see a confirmation entry. So we determine our structure here. We see price made a low, made a high, made a higher low, made a higher high, higher low, higher high, then a lower low, but price didn't mitigate it in our supply zone yet, so this was not a valid change of character. Then it made a higher high again and liquidated this high. Now we are expecting to see this low to get taken out, so let's see what price does. Price breaks the low and gives us a change of character. Now, for our entry, there's two things we can do. We can just literally put our entry on the supply that broke structure, so the last point that broke structure, or we can put our entry on the extreme zone. If we take our entry from here and we target the daily demand, we see that this is an 18-hour trade. So basically, are we gonna risk missing this trade by not putting an entry on this supply and then risking 1%, or can we just put in both? We can just literally put in both. So we put our entry on this supply zone right here and we target our daily demand. If we get stopped out on this one, it doesn't matter because we are trading probabilities. We're not aiming for a 100% win rate. So let's see what happens. What happens? We see right below our supply zone, price starts building opposing liquidity to take. Again, a nice extra confirmation. The price is looking to build up liquidity in the markets for the BFIs to enter in on our positions. we get tapped in. Now, as price makes this change of character, right here, we can now safely put this order to break even. We can go ahead and delete this order because simple market structure, we don't expect this high to be broken yet again. So when we let price play, so this is how I confirm and trade order blocks. If you want to be successful trading these concepts, I highly encourage you to go back test this for yourself. If you found this video informative, I hope you subscribe to my channel and smash that like button as well. And I see you in the next one. Ciao.